Welcome to New Game Podcast. I'm Harry,
And I'm Mike.
and this is the first episode or beta test for our podcast just centered around video games. We decided to start this podcast because we felt that gamers need a voice. And I know it's kind of a meme to say that gamers are oppressed. We're not, but it's just nice to kind of have an outlet to talk about video games and just to get us out there. So this podcast is going to be very simple. We'll start every episode off with a news roundup and new releases, and then we'll just get into our topics and we'll just talk and we'll see where that goes. Usually we'll try to bring in a guest, somebody around campus, maybe somebody who does competitive games. I already have some people in mind. Let's get right into the weekly roundup, and I'm going to start off by telling you all that Call of Duty has released a mobile game. That's right, Call of Duty has released a mobile game. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that later. Next, I just want to give Destiny 2 a shout out. Now, that game came out a few years ago, but it is now free on Steam, and that is to coincide with Destiny 2 now having cross-save, which means that if you play the game on Xbox, but you want to hop over to PC or PS4, your character will still be there for you. Next up is Pokemon Sword and Shield. They have just announced that they're going to make it so that you can use any Pokemon competitively, not just high-tier Pokemon. I know we'll definitely be talking about that in a future episode. We'll bring in somebody who actually breeds and trains Pokemon. I've never delved into that, but I have tried to catch them all, much to no avail.
I think we all have.
Yeah. Next up, Niantic, the runners of Pokemon Go, have announced the Legendary Raid Hour that'll run every Wednesday in October, the 2nd, the 9th, and the 16th, and you'll be able to catch spooky legendary Pokemon. That really just means Garantina and Darkrai.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. Fortnite Season X will be ending on October 6th. Thank God. I hope the mic didn't pick that up because we don't want to make anyone mad on our first episode.
Of course.
And no news on the theme of Season 11 is out yet, but Season 11 will be starting soon. So hop on that battle bus, gamers. And to hop into another similar game, Apex Legends. They have just moved into their third season on October 1st, and there's a new map, a lot of changes to the meta of the gameplay and just how that works. And now here's two things I'm very happy to talk about. We will be going much into detail later. Is Minecon. Minecon has just wrapped up, and let me tell you, it was such a year. I mean, everyone's been getting back into Minecraft, so it was just the perfect year for Minecraft. And TwitchCon also wrapped up. I don't know much about Twitch. I think, Michael, you stream, right?
I am a Twitch streamer. Nothing crazy, nothing big. I am affiliated, but not a lot of people will be too interested in that. But as for me, I thought TwitchCon was very exciting, but they actually did have a lot of new stuff for viewers as opposed to the creators. So if you do watch Twitch a lot, I'd recommend checking that out. We won't cover too much about TwitchCon today, but we will be covering a lot of Minecon later.
Right, yes. I'm sure Ninja did not show up at TwitchCon.
Oh, of course not.
Which actually, side note, the Ninja going to Mixer deal, I had not been following Ninja because I don't care about Tyler Belvins. But when I found out that he went to Mixer and just everything that went into the deal, this is going even further down the nerd hole, but like just the big brain play that was. I mean, going to this safe platform where he can do what he wants when he wants for, I think it was estimated to be like $10+ million contract.
Way more than that.
Like, oh my God.
That's interesting that you say that. I think it's a very stupid move. I think
it was smart. I think nobody
he
watches
lost
Ninja.
He gave up all the stuff that he's worked for years just for money. Like, if there's a definition of sellout, that's it. And I think that him going over there was a bad play for the way he did it. I would have signed that contract and switched to Mixer if Mixer had said that they were getting at least 5 or 6 other big streamers from Twitch to move over, because now it's just him,
yeah.
And no one's gonna switch over for just one guy.
Right.
They'd switch over for a crew or a good amount of people who are in different games. You got one guy.
Right.
So I don't think that it was a smart move in the fact that he went alone.
Right. I think I'm going to disagree about the whether or not it was smart or not, because he made a ton of money, and for somebody whose popularity was just declining. I mean,
True.
he peaked out in April of 2018.
Yeah.
When a year later you can get Microsoft to offer you tens of millions of dollars, and you're, what is he, like 20 something? I mean,
Something like that.
come on, like, you're gonna do that. And even if nobody's watching him, if he's smart with his money, which I pray to God he is, he will never lift a finger for the rest of his life.
No.
Sorry, we got a little sidetracked there, but I mean, that's the point of the podcast, to talk about video games and news. I want to end the news roundup by going into the new releases. I'm going to turn it over to Mike right after I say Nintendo has put out another mobile game, and we will definitely be talking about Nintendo and the mobile market later. But Michael, why don't you tell us what that mobile game was?
That mobile game was Mario Kart Tour. I've been hearing a lot of mixed things about Mario Kart Tour, which we will definitely be touching on later. For those wondering, we will also be talking about the new gen consoles later. A lot of news on that, but for right now, with the new releases, there's been a lot of games that came out in September, and even just this past few days in October.
Been backed up since June. I mean,
oh my God, me too. So many games I want to get, but in early September, we saw the release of Final Fantasy VIII Remastered. Not a huge Final Fantasy fan myself, but I know a lot of people were excited for that.
I am. I didn't even know the Final Fantasy VIII got remastered, though.
I didn't either, because I don't know.
I like the Final Fantasy games, though. They're pretty fun.
They look very interesting. I just never got into them. But continuing on with our list for early September, we had Spyro Reimagined Trilogy to...
a Reignited Trilogy.
Reignited, sorry. Sorry.
You're good.
Which, that was a very exciting release. Not personally for me, I was more excited for when Crash Bandicoot came out. That remaster was great, but we had Spyro. We also had Monster Hunter World Iceborne. For those sports fans, we had NBA 2K20 along with NHL 20. We had Gears 5.
Not Gears of War.
No, just Gears 5. We also had Borderlands 3, which is a big hit for a lot of people. We had The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening on the Switch.
I can't wait to get my hands on that.
Yeah, a lot of people were excited for that. And another fan favorite on YouTube and Twitch was Untitled Goose Game. That I watched a few videos on that, and that was a very interesting game.
I feel like I'll have to bring this up later, but I just want to say I feel like indie games that just have a delightfully silly title and premise, they do so well.
I mean, Goat Simulator. Farming Simulator.
Literally
they were just all the mods for it too.
Goat Simulator alone, the Goose Game. There was the game where you play as a guy sitting in a pot who uses a hammer to climb a mountain. I mean,
that was a good one.
Come on, like,
those games are always not those games are not just so fun to play, but they're actually very enjoyable to watch for content creators. It's great content.
Yeah.
Moving on to the end of September now, we saw the release of, like we said earlier, Mario Kart Tour, along with Darksiders 2 Death Initiative Edition. I don't play Darksiders, so I don't exactly know what that is, but for those people who do, or were interested in it and didn't know it came out, it is out. We also saw the release of Code Vein and FIFA 20. And then moving into October, we are only a few days in, but a lot has happened so far. Like Harry has mentioned earlier, Destiny 2 has been moved to Steam for free with the addition of cross-save, so you could play the same character on any platform, and the release of Shadowkeep has come out, which has been insane. There has been so many new weapons, new gear, just insane stuff. The story, I haven't played it myself yet, but I am going to download it on Steam when I get home and continue my character that I've been playing for a number of years.
Interesting little interjection, if I may, but Destiny 2, I bought that game 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. I had played it before I bought it because my local library allows me. They rent games, so I rented it. I played it for a week. I said, "Man, this game is fun." Like, I've heard some mixed things, but like, I'm having a lot of fun with it. So I went and I bought the game, and I have still not opened it since I bought it, and I don't know why. I haven't, but maybe now that I can cross-play and I can use my computer too to play it, maybe I'll hop into it.
I definitely know that feeling.
Maybe I'll jump right into
it. Destiny has been a fan favorite for me since D1. I've played all of the campaigns, all of the raids and everything, and I love it. But it's also been the on and off game for me, where I'll play it for 2 weeks straight, and then I won't touch it for a few months. But
for me, those games are like Farmville and Stardew, not Farmville, but Stardew Valley and Minecraft and
Definitely Minecraft.
definitely Minecraft. We are gonna talk. We have so many words to say about Minecraft later.
Absolutely.
Let's finish up the new release.
Definitely. So Destiny 2 happened. Awesome. Very excited for that. Call of Duty Mobile has just been released. They have, I think, 4 old maps from old Call of Duties, and they have an actual battle royale mode, and something else in there. I don't remember what it was, but the whole thing's completely free, and a lot of people have been surprisingly playing it. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint came out today, I believe, along with Ghostbusters, the video game remastered.
Yes. Oh my god, I used to another game I rented from my library, but when I was like 10 years old, I used to play that game. It's hard.
Yeah.
I wasn't good at video games as a kid.
That game just came out today, along with so many more this month and so many more last month that we didn't mention. I feel those were the highlights of the past 2 months.
Right, yeah. So now that we've gotten all of that out of the way, we can start to actually get into conversation. So I want to really kick off our podcast and christen it. And I want to say, Mike, what is your favorite video game of all time? I mean, if somebody was going to throw you onto a deserted island with electricity and a TV and they were going to say you can only play this game for the rest of your life, what game would you bring with you? I want to know.
A lot of people would have trouble answering that, but for almost my entire life, I can answer that question without hesitation. And that, for me, is Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy for the PlayStation 2. That has always been my favorite game of all time, and it always will be. And that is the one thing I've been waiting for to be remastered for the PS4, because we got Crash, we got Spyro,
right?
We have so many Ratchet and Clank games. Where's my Jak and Daxter?
Right.
I need that.
See, I'm going to answer the question without you even needing to ask me, but I give a lot of thought to what my favorite game of all time is, and I have so many different answers, which is a problem.
A lot of people usually do.
I will say my favorite game, if you take everything into account, is another PS2 game, but it's on the complete opposite spectrum.
Okay.
It's not an action adventure. It's a dungeon crawling RPG / high school simulator, and that is Persona 4 for the PS2.
Okay.
Now, a lot of people will say that if you go back and play it now, it's clunky, the dungeons are terribly designed because they're randomly generated, but I mean, that is just a classic, and that's the
childhood.
Persona is a great series. It's not even childhood. I beat Persona. No, I started playing Persona 4 when I was in 9th grade, and that was only a few years ago. So
I have never played Persona. I don't really know much about it or what it is.
Persona 5 is the better game for people to actually play to get a feel for it, but Persona 4 is where I started because it was before 5 came out. And it has such a good story and such good just music and voice acting and character writing. It had everything for it to be the first 80+ hour game that I could actually sit down and beat. And 80 hours seems daunting, but over the course of 2.5 years, I made it work. And many breaks. Oh my God. I
definitely feel that.
Yeah.
Jak and Daxter took a long time. I played that for the first time when I was, 4 years old, maybe.
Oh my God. What year? Wait, what year? If you were 4, what year was that?
It would have been 2001.
Oh my God, that's the year I was born.
I don't know exactly when Jak came out, but I know I played it when I was little. I had a PS2 right from when I was a little kid. My dad got me that when I was 3 or 4 years old.
Yeah.
I was basically a baby playing video games.
Yep.
And the actual first game I ever had was the first Ratchet and Clank. And I loved that game, but I don't know, something about Jak and Daxter always just put it slightly over the top to Ratchet and Clank with me. And I remember playing that game for days and days and days, and I was a little kid, so I wasn't very good.
Right,
so it probably took me 8 years to beat that game. But I thought the game was so long, but PS4 offers old PS2 games now. You could get on it. So I rebought.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it loads up like a PS2, and the graphics are PS2 graphics and everything, but you're playing on your PS4.
See, I just bought a PS2 back in December to get around that.
I have 2 PS2s that work, so I know the feeling, but I bought, because I don't have my old Jak and Daxter for PS2 copy anymore, which is very upsetting. I have Jak 2 and Jak 3. So I bought the Precursor Legacy, which is the first one, on my PS4, and I played it last winter, and I beat it in like 2 days, total of like 5 hours, and
Oh,
I got all 101 precursor orbs and got the special ending,
yeah.
and it's kind of insane to say that I know where all 101 are just by my brain, because when I was younger I had the strategy guide. It was the only strategy guide I
Oh,
ever
yeah.
had,
I love those
and when I
strategy
was younger, when I
guides.
was a teenager, I looked through the strategy guide and found every single one, and from then on I just like knew where they all
Yep.
were.
I remember, I think the first strategy guide I ever got, and the one that I still have, was for Pokemon Battle Revolution on the Wii, which it, many people do not like that game because it wasn't a great Pokemon Stadium game, and the Pokemon Stadium games are a way for you to
Mm-hmm.
you put your Pokemon from the main series games on the handheld, you put them on like the main console,
Mm-hmm.
so you could see them 3D and fighting and just great graphics. And I didn't know that it wasn't up to standard. So when I played it as a kid, I thought it was awesome, and I actually got that game. My friend had it, and I would always play it at his house. And he like wasn't he started to like not be that into it,
It's
but
the
I really
worst.
liked it. So it was close to Christmas time. I think it was in between Hanukkah and Christmas, and he's Jewish and I'm not. And he said, "Hey Harry, do you want Pokemon Battle Revolution as a Hanukkah gift?" And I
Oh my
was like,
god.
"Shalom, let's get it." No, I didn't say that, but I was like, "Oh my god, yes!" And he gave me that and the guidebook that came with it, like the
That's
big one, and
awesome.
it's still in my basement. And I still like sometimes just like pick it up and look through it because I
You
mean
gotta. You
yeah, I'm
gotta
still
just do
friends
it.
with him. Lots of love, but like that's just one of those childhood games.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
right,
I actually lied when I said it was the only strategy guide I had. It was my first strategy guide.
right.
I had two more in my entire life. The second one I ever got was actually the strategy guide for Lego Batman 2,
Oh yeah.
and a really thick one which was Animal Crossing: A New Leaf. And
Oh
that was one of the only strategy guides I ever like really like used. Like I had it next to me when I played
yeah,
like every day, and trying to like get certain villagers to move into my town and get certain rare fish and stuff, and I just thought that was like
right.
it was so fun. But those are the
Yeah.
only strategy guides that I ever had, but I didn't really use them. I kind of just like had them for collection.
Yeah, yeah. I had some other strategy guides, but I think the one game that everyone both really needs the strategy guide for, and just sometimes I feel like I'm a cheater if I use it. And it's a game that I know both of us hold near and dear to our hearts and our childhoods, and that is of course Minecraft. And I know before we said we'd get to it, so I figured let's get into it now because this, oh baby, I mean, Minecraft has just been such a hit and such a phenomenon. I mean, like that game came out, and I remember I first got it on my iPod 4, my iPod
Wow,
Touch.
you were a mobile
That was the
player.
first time I got it. It was me, my two brothers, and my friend and his little brother, and we went on a trip together, and we all downloaded it, and it was the demo version. So, but we could play LAN together, and like there was no sword, there was no. It wasn't survival. It wasn't creative, but it also wasn't survival.
Hmm.
It was like halfway in between,
Yeah, when Minecraft first
and
came out, it was just you
yeah,
couldn't. There was no crafting table. You couldn't build anything.
yeah,
It would just like break blocks and stuff.
yeah.
And then a year later, they actually
Made it
brought
good.
in crafting, which is the
Yeah,
second half of the
it was
word.
crazy. So we would play it on mobile, and I remember getting back from the trip, and it was this. I must be compressing time in my head because I was in third grade, but I mean, I remember getting back from the trip, and like the day we got back to school, me and my friend were like, "Yo, we were playing this game on our iPods. This is wicked game, so cool." And our friends were like, "Yo, we've been playing this game on our computers. It's called Minecraft." We're like, "Wait a minute, isn't Minecraft that game on our iPods?" And they're like, "Yo, you guys gotta get it." So I remember spending like months like figuring out how to convince my parents to let me buy Minecraft on their computers, and they thought it would have viruses because I mean my dad really knows software, but he just assumed that a computer game
Yeah,
would give his computer a virus.
everything back then gave viruses. You
Yep.
were always worried about it.
Yep, but eventually I got Minecraft on the computer. I actually used to make YouTube videos where I would grab my mom's laptop at 7 in the morning before school, and I'd sit in my bunk bed. I'd be like, "Hey guys, it's me, Waffle Man 527, and we're gonna be doing a Minecraft survival world. Oh no, baby zombies!" Ah.
Is
It
it
was
bad that I still do that?
I've and now it's back. It's
Yeah.
back in full force. I mean, Minecon just happened. Huge updates got announced.
I think we
mean,
definitely need to talk about
yeah.
how it came back. But for me, when I was young, for how I got it, one of my friends showed me Minecraft, and I was like 12 or 13, something like that, is when I first got it. And I got it a few years after it came out. So, like, I know when it first came out, it was, I don't remember if it was free or if it was like $5 or $10, but I got it when Minecraft was $40. The first time I ever got it,
What?
yeah, I got it for PC. I went on Minecraft.net,
Right.
made an
Yeah.
account, bought it for PC for my laptop, and it was $40.
Oh my god. Mine was $26.95 when I
Yeah,
bought it on PC
when
as a
it
kid.
came out, I don't remember if someone said it was free or if it was like $5 or $10. It was cheap, but
Yeah.
then it got popular, and I got it when it
Yeah.
was 40, and I've been playing it ever since. I love Minecraft, but
Do you still have the same account on your computer?
yeah, I use the same account. And then a few years later, probably like 4 years ago, my friends who only have PlayStation were like, "Yo, let's play Minecraft." And I was like, "I play PC, bro. I'm not a
Yeah.
scrub."
Yeah.
But no, I ended up buying it for PS4 as well. So I have it for PC and PS4, but I almost never play it for console.
I have it for PC,
Mhm.
the Windows 10/Xbox One because they're different.
Yeah.
Xbox 360,
Oh
PS4,
man.
Nintendo Switch, and mobile.
Oh, you got it for everything.
I got it for
I had it for
everything
mobile.
because
I did get it for mobile.
me and my brothers were so into it. So my little brother hogs the PS4, so he bought it on PS4. My older brother wanted to be able to play it. We went to Las Vegas over the summer. My older brother wanted to be able to play it on the plane, so he bought it on the Switch. We've had it on mobile since it came out. I actually bought it initially on my computer, when I was really young. And then I made the mistake of giving my little brother access to the account.
Oof.
And I stopped playing for a while, but when it came back, I said, yo, I just want to play it on my computer because playing it on the console just doesn't feel right.
No.
Even though
absolutely
I grew up playing it on Xbox 360, but I just never actually played like survival. Like I never played it right when I played it because I would always do like game modes and stuff with my friends where it would be like survival mode and stuff and like, capture the flag, all that stuff. But anyway, when I went to re-download it, it wouldn't let me sign in. So I had to re-buy it. Thankfully, though, it is the same exact price from when I bought it initially. And I
Really?
was like, yes.
Yeah,
I
they
was
brought
like,
it back
that
down for
works.
PC. I'm pretty sure, right? It's cheaper now.
It's 27. No, it's
Yeah.
$26.95 or was it $27.95? It was one of the two.
It's
but
something
it was,
like that. But yeah, I got it when it was high. I got it when it was $40.
That's
It
crazy.
sucked.
That's crazy.
But anyway, let's keep moving forward here.
Oh yeah, let's talk about Minecon actually.
Actually, I think we should talk about why it's back because it
Oh,
died for a
yes,
little while.
Yes,
but
I
now
want
it's
to hear.
back.
I want to
And
hear what.
I think part of the reason is that Fortnite is finally fading out a little bit. It's still insanely popular, especially with younger kids, but I think that Epic Games has officially stopped listening to the community and just ruining their game, so everyone's tired of it, and they're like, what do we do? What do we play?
Yeah.
And a lot of people are going back to Minecraft. And I can't put it all on Fortnite. I think, which a lot of people disagree, a lot of the reason that it's back is PewDiePie.
Right.
PewDiePie, there are people who upload Minecraft every single day for the past 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Captain Sparkles.
Yeah.
PewDiePie started his Minecraft series, and it was like a month or two ago, and it took off. And ever since then, everyone started doing it. People who never played Minecraft before, like Fortnite pros or Call of Duty pros, like Jacksepticeye went back to it. A ton of people went back
Captain
to it.
Sparkles went back to it. He hadn't been making legitimate Let's Plays. Captain Sparkles was my Minecraft YouTuber when I was a kid. He's who I watched for the Let's Plays.
Absolutely.
So for me, it wasn't that Fortnite was dying out because I was never a fan of Fortnite. And it wasn't PewDiePie. It was, man, I wonder what Captain Sparkles is doing. Oh, he hasn't uploaded a Let's Play. I'm going to go back and watch his Let's Play from when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Man, this is really interesting. I'm going to play Minecraft.
Even like Syndicate Project went back to it. Obviously Captain Sparkle's back to it. I don't know if Firefox or Jericho went back to it, but maybe since Minecraft is big again, we might see Mionite Season 3.
Ooh.
That would be pretty nuts. But I highly doubt it, unfortunately. But yeah, I think a big thanks has to go to PewDiePie because his Let's Play really sparked the whole thing back up again.
Yeah, definitely. No, it was obviously definitely PewDiePie. I just, I'm definitely going to make myself sound like a pompous, jerk. But for me, it was like entirely on my own. And my brother, too. My older brother had gone back to Minecraft before it got popular again.
Mm-hmm.
And every day I would just watch him play, and like it's just such a good game. I mean, there's so much to do.
That's so true, and it's funny that you say that because I started a server with one of my friends from like high school, like 2 or 3 months before it got popular again, and then we actually stopped playing it.
And then it got popular.
Yeah, we stopped playing on the server probably
Right,
2 weeks before PewDiePie's first upload, and it got big again. I was like, oh, I want to play Minecraft again. So I started playing it again, and just a couple of weeks ago, I started another server with someone else that I know, and it's been so much fun.
Yeah. I know one of my friends who's actually on campus. I might bring him in as a guest in the future, but when I rebought it, I've just been playing by myself. But he said, hey, like I have a Minecraft realm with all my friends. You should join. I said, all right. So I joined, and I mean they have an entire city built. Mm-hmm. They have a literal city built, and they only play in survival. And I said, well, I am never playing here again because when I play Minecraft, if I join into somebody's world after they've already started, the game's ruined for me.
Yeah.
There's nothing for me to do because I'm like, all right, well, I have an unlimited supply of food, and I have armor, and I have weapons. Yep. I don't need this. Like if I go mining, there's gonna be nothing. Like
absolutely.
So it's just such a good game. But I know we are. I don't ever want to take time away from Minecraft, but
yeah, we are a little short, so we're gonna. I think we should move into
time.
Minecon now.
Minecon has so Minecraft Earth is being worked on. That's like a Pokemon Go style Minecraft AR mobile game. Let's see, they held a vote for which biome they should update, and Mountains won. I voted for Mountains. They showed off some more footage of Minecraft Dungeons, which I've been following for a little bit, just because it looks like a Diablo clone, which is kind of cool.
It looks really cool.
They also announced a new Minecraft festival being held in September from the 25th to the 27th in Orlando, Florida. Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's going to be cool.
Exhibits, tournaments, live entertainment, exclusive merch, and more. Wow, that's cool. And they're releasing a Minecraft board game called Minecraft Builders and Biomes. According to Mojang, you will be able to explore the overworld, mine rare resources, build fabulous structures, and collect weapons to defeat mobs. That sounds like...
I don't really know how it's going to be a board game, but it sounds cool.
I feel like that's going to be like Settlers of Catan. I sound like a gigantic nerd for saying that.
No, I know what Catan.
Catan's a fun game, but it sounds like that. And they're also adding honeybees, honey blocks. The Nether is receiving a huge update. There's going to be new biomes, new mobs. So all of that, I'm sure we'll end up talking about in the future.
Absolutely.
But because we're short on time and because
we
just have to lay the groundwork.
Console war time.
Console war time. I will always say that PC is better than Xbox and PS4, and I know you agree with me.
Yeah, I have a PC as well.
Right.
I build it myself. I love building computers. I've built quite a few. And if you deny that a PC is better, you're wrong.
You're wrong.
PCs are
sadly
they're
the right
limitless.
answer.
They will always run better than a console, and they're able to do more than a console. So a PC will always be better. So we're just gonna shove PC to the side.
Let's not talk about PC. I want to know. What is your console war pick?
In my opinion, and there's no other way around it in my head, the PS2 blows out the Xbox. The Xbox 360 blows out the PS3.
Right.
And the PS4 blows out the Xbox One, and that's the biggest blowout of all three.
Okay. Here's how it goes for me. Ready? Nintendo beats Atari. Super Nintendo
we're going
beats
that far.
Sega. Nintendo 64
Was there really a match for that?
goes toe-to-toe with the PlayStation 1. Goes
True.
toe-to-toe, but the PlayStation 1 was pretty good.
I guess the GameCube would be with the PS2, right?
GameCube, PS2. See,
PS2
I will always give Nintendo their hat in the ring. My opinion, GameCube games look the best. Xbox games, because I had an Xbox as a kid, have the most nostalgia for me, but PS2 is the best.
Thank you. I'm glad you said that.
PS2 is the best. However, the GameCube is awesome.
The game. See, my thing with the console wars is I never involved Nintendo because they're so far on the other side. Like they're always going to be great and they're always doing something different.
Yeah.
In console wars, I just think PlayStation versus Xbox.
Yeah. And right now it is PlayStation, Xbox. Eventually we're going to have
I can't even compare the Switch to the PS4 or the Xbox One because it's completely different.
Yeah.
It's nothing, and they're not releasing the same games. It's like, oh, what would I rather play Call of Duty on? It's like, well, not playing Call of Duty on a Switch.
Breath of the Wild, which is a masterpiece. Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey are two of my favorite games of all time. and they're on the Nintendo Switch. I can take them
Yeah.
wherever I want. But
Going back,
going back
I
to that.
think if anyone who's listening or just has a brain, if you say anything beats the PS2, you're wrong, because even if you just
Right.
look at sales, the
blew
PS2
it up,
holds higher sales than any console sold to this day. More than the Xbox One, more than the PS2, more than PS4, more than PS3, Xbox 360, more than anything Nintendo's ever put out or Sega. The PS2 has the highest sales to this day.
Right. Yeah.
It is insane.
It's crazy. Xbox 360 is bajillions of times better than the PS3. I mean,
the PS3. See, the thing is, if you the
I
only
know
argument
so
you can
many
have for the
people who-
PS3, which I'm on the side of 360. If there's any argument for the PS3 is it's exclusives, as they had great games.
Yeah.
But PlayStation 3's like networking was terrible.
Yeah.
Like adding friends was impossible. Having inviting friends to voice chats was hard. It never worked. The internet always cut out. Trying to join a game, like whether it was a Call of Duty lobby or a Little Big Planet lobby or anything you were trying to play, it would take at least like a half hour just to get in the same lobby and hope that it didn't fail.
I had so many friends who had both PS3 and Xbox 360. I only had the Xbox 360, but I knew the PS3 was not a worthwhile console because I'd go to their house, I would turn to the corner of their bedroom and see a stack of books and a PS3 on top of it with a layer of dust.
Yep.
Nobody touched it. Nobody even plugged it in, which is sad.
However, used mine.
I don't think that the PS4 blows the Xbox One out of the water, and I don't think that it's the farthest distance, just because they're both glorified like DVD players, essentially.
I agree with that in the sense of like,
I don't think that their games have been trying to push the bar other than graphically.
No.
I don't think that. I mean, PS4 obviously wins exclusives.
Also, the PS4 has like their gaming aspect is way, way bigger than Xbox. Like Xbox, like when it came out, it was just a better way to watch YouTube. That's all it was. Like
I open up my Xbox every single day to watch YouTube on it. Like that is
the only reason I use my Xbox now is because I have a few friends that still play Fortnite, and it's the only game they play. So the way I play with them is on Fortnite, and it's cross-play now, so I usually play PC.
Exactly.
But they're not, like, they don't want to verse PC players, because, like, you're going to get destroyed.
Yeah.
So the only reason I use my Xbox One is to play Fortnite with them, so they don't have to verse PC players. Otherwise, I don't use it.
They should just not be playing video games if the only game they play is Fortnite, but that's beside the point. It's just like the Xbox One, like the exact reason that I have an Xbox One is because I have friends who have an Xbox One.
Yep.
I don't even play Xbox games.
No.
Like I bought Destiny on the Xbox One and I have, Red Dead, and like those are the games that like I have been wanting to play those games.
Yeah, of
and
course.
like when I get the time, I'm always like when I'm in school, I'm like, oh, I want to go home and play Red Dead. And then I get home and I'm like, nah, I can open
it's
up
on the
YouTube.
Xbox.
Yeah. No, I'm like, I can open YouTube. And Xbox is more accessible for me because my little brother has Monopoly on the PS4, which is dumb. But that's family politics. But it's sad.
My problem with the Xbox One versus the PS4, which yes, glorified DVD player.
Yeah.
But I find, like, everyone always argues, the only argument Microsoft people have is that the Xbox One's processor is like 0.1 better than the PS4's, but that doesn't matter if your console runs like crap.
Right.
Whenever I have a PS4 and I have an Xbox One. I have an Xbox One S and an original PS4 Day 1 edition. But my Xbox, anytime I try to play with people or join a party or anything, it just crashes. Like it won't let me join a party, or I'll join and my microphone doesn't work for no reason, or I can't hear anybody but I could see the light blinking, or I'll be in a game and the game will just freeze, or the game will just crash. Like you can't argue a better processor when I'm playing a game and for no reason the game just freezes, and the only way to start it is I have to unplug it. I can't even click the Xbox button. That doesn't even work. I have to actually unplug the console, which could damage it. So
I've never had that happen to me, but at the same time, I definitely
since
don't
I've
use it
opened
that
it.
much. Also, I just hatched an egg in Pokemon Go, and it was an Alolan Geodude. I'm going to say though, I guess we have our opinions on the console war. PS4 is better than Xbox One. Xbox 360 is better.
I
it
also
depends
just
on the generation. Nobody's a
course.
real winner except for Nintendo and PC. I think we're gonna have to wrap it up though.
Definitely. I just want to do one more point.
I'll go for
For
it. Yeah.
anyone who listens to this podcast for as long as they do ever, just know that I'm always going to be a PlayStation fanboy to the point where my first ever tattoo when I turned 18 is the PS2 logo. It's literally on my left shoulder right now, and no one can change my mind. PS2 was my console, and the PlayStation will always be better than the Xbox.
Hopefully for the next episode and technically the first real one, we're gonna have cameras in here, and I'm forcing you to show that tattoo.
I will.
So before we close out too, I just wanna give a shout out to Suffolk County Community College and Suffolk Radio for letting us use their studio and their
Very
equipment.
generous.
I want to give a nice little shout out to Carl for giving us this
Absolutely.
opportunity.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Carl.
Professor Carl. Love you, man. And I also want to give a shout out to the gaming club because I'm going to tell them to listen to this episode, and their president Morgan, who's my girl. What up, Morgan? I went to high school with her, and she told me that they're excited to hear the podcast. So
If there's any topics you guys want to hear us talk about or our opinions on, leave it in the comments below for YouTube and for SoundCloud. I think there's a comment section.
I think this one's just going on SoundCloud. I think the next episode we'll have YouTube, SoundCloud, Twitter, and Instagram set up. For now, my Instagram is Harrison J. Kona.
And my Twitter is Yanello with a 0, YANNELL 0. Any updates on the podcast we will be putting there.
Yep. So just if you want to contact us, if you want to get on the podcast, I know generally we will be having guests come in from around Suffolk. We are definitely running for too long. I think today was a great day, though.
Also,
we talked about Minecraft. We talked about consoles. Next time, I want to talk about Nintendo. I want to give them their fair share because I can go on and on about Nintendo.
Yeah.
I am a Nintendo fanboy.
But
and hopefully we'll have cameras set up by then.
Yeah.
And this will be in full swing.
And like you had said, Harry, for anyone who wants to guest appear on this podcast, we will have an email set up for you to email us to inquire about being on the show. If this does end up on YouTube, which hopefully it will, it'll be in the description. And for SoundCloud, it'll be somewhere. I don't really know how SoundCloud works.
We're definitely rambling with the shout-outs. So
Absolutely.
Just to summarize, thank you, Suffolk. Thank you, Carl. Thanks, Sam, for running the board.
Thank you, everyone listening.
Bye.